brains for you. We will both get brain surgery. But we'll call it sturgery. I don't know why, I just decided. Oh, you don't have to be like, oh, it's alright. She's coming up. She's coming up. She poor cough. You know the worst part? Let me just tell, can I be for real? You don't care. You know what you're going to do to this poor girl? My friend, Chrissy Costa, who's my friend, and will beat people up who says I'm not cool, right girl? She's got my back. Like, she literally has a vehicle that's so goddamn big, she will put all these Italian men in it and she will kill anyone for me. Because that's how close we are. We're starting a web show, like we're doing it, like this summer it's gonna be ridiculous. So like we're tight. And how this is gonna play out is that tomorrow she's gonna either call me, text me, or email me and be like, Gab, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that everyone can't, I'm so sorry they won't shut up. I'm like, I just invite people and I can't help it if they talk and I'm so sorry and I hope it's not a problem. You see what you do to her? She's got OCD. She has magical thinking. She's gonna think if you talk, my mother will die. Yes. So if my mother dies, Costa's gonna blame herself. So I'm just asking, next month maybe don't talk or my mom will die. Hey everybody, it's Chrissy Costa! Did everyone enjoy that children's musical in the beginning? You know the best thing about children's musicals, anti-bullying? They make me want to do drugs. So I did a little. On break. Why is nobody sitting up front? There's chairs. There's plenty of chairs. Can you guys hear me? Yeah, now it's quiet. You guys are afraid because last month I touched someone's breast that was sitting in the front row. Is she here? Do you want to play that game? It was a game. Did anyone else shave their arms for the show tonight? Just me, you? Awesome. I thought I'm usually the only one. Anyway, no, seriously, lesbians, why don't you move on up? I mean, we marched in the 60s to get a seat in the front. Maybe that wasn't us, I don't know. Anyway, I just had the most relaxing massage ever recently, until I was escorted out by security because I was deemed inappropriate. You know how you play that game with your massage therapist, like pretend you're in a relationship? Lights are low. You know, like she grabs your hand, your fingers interlock. Like I envision us on vacation. Like I asked her to play footsies, and in my defense, you can't talk dirty to a girl naked on a bed in a dark room. Now, granted, she didn't tell me to get naked. She told me to get comfortable. And when I'm naked, I'm real comfortable. So I got naked, and she's like, "Is that Miss Costa? Is that a good pressure? Is that deep enough?" And I was like, deep enough? I was like, are you in? Because I feel bad. And another thing, don't call me Miss Costa in that position. Unless you want me to That's a lot of passion. No, I was serious. Like, don't call me Miss Costa. Someone did that on Facebook today. Just tell them.
England, and I tried to take her home to be my grandmother. I don't know if you guys ever experienced that, but it was a really hard time. I was missing my grandmothers. They were all dead. And I was also sad because I was eating at IHOP, and she was a waitress at IHOP. And, she was, like, she just, I don't know, she just struck something in me. She was, like, strong but gentle. She was like my grandmother was when she was alive, except she was black. Her name is Black Barbara to me. And that's not anything like racist or bad, like Black Barbara got my heart. Like she had these large bosoms, because anything that big is a bosom. That's not a breast, it's a bosom. She let me sit on her lap a little. Clearly I have boundary issues, they're not very appropriate. But there's a lot of comfort and wisdom in her voice. Like even when she filled my coffee, she just made everything better. The way she said syrup, it was like syrup. I don't know, she was just magical. And she gave me a lot of advice in a very short amount of time. She sounded like Samuel L. Jackson, but had like the aura of Maya Angelou. So I asked her to take her home, and obviously she said no. She had other things to do, so I put an ad on Craigslist. Still don't have a grandmother. I didn't even know if she was real, guys. Like nobody else in IHOP was wearing a smock apron thing, or had a name tag, or a hairnet. I don't know. When I get sad, I just envision Black Barbara rocking me in her bosom. It just kind of makes everything better. I know you're thinking this girl's really fucking lonely. Clearly an orphan. No circle of support. Relies on her black grandma who maybe imaginary from Ohio. Maybe the other half of you are like me, wondering, like really concerned with Kirstie Alley's incontinent bladder. Have you seen the commercials? I'm really, seriously, this really bothers me. If she would have given me her number, I'd be calling Black Barbara. Kirstie Alley, she has these commercials. She calls herself the light bladder leakage fairy. And she was my first TV crush, Rebecca Howe. Strong loudmouth, cokehead, everything I'm looking for, subconsciously in a partner. I used to touch myself watching her on Cheers. And now she can't keep her pee in. And the thing is, we're all heading to the same place. So enjoy your junk now, guys. It's fucking going downhill. Speaking of masturbation, when I was young, I was told that God, as well as all my dead relatives, were watching. If I masturbated and or had sex, I don't know if that was like their way to try and prevent pregnancy, but I was abstinent for a very long time. I was a shy, semi-retarded child. It's true. The last time that my dead relative saw me, anyway. And now I'm the same height but much older. And a lot of changes. But the thing is that still sticks in my head that every time I'm dead relatives are watching. And I'm sure that they would be devastated to see me in any kind of sexual position. But I have to wonder what my extremely homophobic dead Italian relatives would think. And I actually thought of lesbian sex. So this one night in bed with a friend. And I'm not, because I do that. And I was like, did you hear that? And she was like, you're what? And I was like, I felt dead relatives around me. I smelled garlic, I smelled peppers, I know they were there. So I envisioned my Aunt Rose and my Uncle Sal flying around, all up around me, all up in my shit. And they would catch, like I'm thinking they're going to catch a glimpse of this big black cock I'm now wearing. It was like 7.5 inches. I can't lie, it was mine. Like, and you know, everyone here knows you can't get about a big black cock under 8 inches. And you don't go purple or pink. That's just bullshit. It's like as big as my arm, maybe, like a baby arm. And I'm wearing it, and I'm imagining Aunt Rose and Uncle Sal. And I hear my Aunt Rose like, Sal, don't come over here. And they, like, for some reason, like, they came from Italy and then they moved to Larimer Avenue, but it just sounds better if they have New York accents. She's like, Sal, for Christ's sake, don't come over here. And my Uncle Sal's like, you know, dead. Like, is she with a black man? And my Aunt Rose is like, she is the black man. And she's fucking a German girl. Which according to Italians is worse. So my Uncle Sal in my head is grabbing his dead chest and he's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I'm telling the girl, I'm like, I can't do this, I can't do this. And she's like, what the fuck? And then I remember that I hate Aunt Rose and Uncle Sal. I fucking hated them. Like they were the pricks that said that I took 2 Werther's originals. For some reason I have a New York accent. It's just more fun. Like they were the ones that said I took 2 Werther's originals when I took 1. Okay? And this is the shit that my family worried about. Not the fact that my breasts, like one was growing out, one was growing in. I had crooked teeth, I was half fucking retarded. But I took 2 Werther's originals, not 1. So they lied about the candy that I ate. And I was like, I'll fucking show you. And the girl was like, what? And I was like, fuck you, Aunt Rose and Uncle Sal. And she's like, what? And I was like, get on all 4s, babe. Because Daddy's about to give you some Morgan Freeman. And I do call it that. One, it's like, it's handsome in a mature way. It's a tad bit intimidating. And it's like oddly colored, brown with some black spots. So my dead relatives in my head fly away. They die again, they fly away. I probably scarred some of you. Some of you are intrigued. And there's a man in here somewhere like, where can I get some of that? Straight man. Wouldn't be the first time. There's actually reasons, I don't believe in a God per se, but I think there's a reason I wasn't born with a penis. For one, like I would be, I don't know, I'd be in playgrounds, I would be in church, I would be everywhere, and I'd be like, hey y'all, there's a Morgan Freeman sighting! I'll run, I would like open my trench coat and pull it out. And I'm so glad your mom didn't come down. I'm so glad my mom starts narrating the story. I can't really do a Morgan Freeman impersonation, but just bear with me. Pretend you hear, like, don't look at my face, look at my fake penis. Don't look at my face or I won't be able to do it. And it'll be like, hello, white children. You're about to watch a documentary on Morgan Freeman. I am Morgan Freeman. I was born in 1722. Memphis, Tennessee, because you know he's like fucking 200 years old. Like between him, Shirley MacLaine, and Joan Rivers, they're like 1,012. And they'll never fucking die. And I do have magical thinking, so if, which is like mind, you think that you can control things with your mind. So if they die tomorrow, I'm gonna be fucked up. Seriously. Like if one of them die tomorrow. There's a lot of mental illness on the stage. I reveal a little too much of myself, and my shrink says I should just give people myself like small doses. I'll just leave you with some. I like. You would never know this, but I work with children. I'm actually really good with children when I'm sober. No, actually, the funniest part of this night was that my printer broke, so I went to the library to print out my notes from my notebooks because whatever. So somewhere